Yo, AB3 Anime, Aaron here. Told you guys we're gonna start streaming in this window. We're gonna see how it goes this week. So for those of you guys who are just gonna get in, understand that for the rest of the week, for sure, we're gonna be streaming in that 6 to 7 p.m. window. That does not necessarily mean we start at 6. Sometimes we'll start at 7. Sometimes we're gonna start in between 6 and 7. But somewhere in between that 6 to 7 p.m. window Eastern is when we're gonna start streaming. So welcome. And I'm eating cucumbers. This whole eating healthy shit is crazy because like I really want to eat Pringles or like Pop Tarts or something, but we're trying to do this the right way. Now, as far as I can tell, I don't think there's really any updates to go over. This is actually going to be more of a tips video for you guys. Let the dreads down, bro. Starting to get a headache, so we got to put that down a little bit. Now, this is going to be mainly a tips and tricks for Anime Expo stream, okay? Just to let you guys know that. We're going to peek at some updates just to see if there's anything new. I don't really think so, but we are going to look. And then we'll get into the tips. We'll get into the things that we think would help you guys with AX 2026, okay? So first things first, are there any updates? Honestly, I don't know, but let's check. General mission. The AX Dance. Take part in the AX Dance, local DJs and headliners from Japan. Okay, so the AX Dance is something that oddly, and this is weird to say, a lot of AX attendees don't go to. Now, it isn't to say some people don't go check it out, but for the most part, a lot of actual AX attendees don't go to the AX Dance. They go to a lot of the parties, which the parties are not out yet. Okay? They haven't released the parties. Don't know where anything's at. So don't ask your boy. I can't tell you. Actually, when we go to the Reddit page, I'm going to check for AX parties just to see if anything's up there. As far as I know, nothing's up there. But a lot of people who go to AX go to those parties. So a lot of the parties that happen, a lot of concerts people venture out to are actually away from Anime Expo. They're actually down the street at can't think of that theater's name, but there's a couple theaters in downtown LA that have raves, they throw concerts, these type of things happen at those locations. They don't actually happen at AX like that. Not to say that people don't go to the AX dance. People do, but tends to be more of a, I don't know. It's not a lot of, just generally, even in these photos, you can see the extra gap spaces in here. There's not a lot of people who attend the AX dance. It's just not. A lot of people go to your local convention dances and convention raves because that's the only thing happening. We are literally in downtown LA. There is always something happening. Now, will your boy be at any of these? Absolutely not. I'm old. I'm not doing that, bro. I got stuff to do the next morning. I'm not going to any of these. But I will show you what they are and how to look for them. So, with that being said, AX Dance. Let's see. And that's the performance things from yesterday and the Isles thing. Okay, so literally, like I thought, there are really no updates right now. And that's okay. I didn't expect there to be a lot of updates right now, if I'm being honest. But what we can do now, go over here to the Reddit page, check if there are any questions real quick. After we check the questions, we'll look and see if any of the party stuff has been listed. I don't think so though. Oh, okay. So some people have actually started listing some of the parties. There's not many on this list yet, but here are a few that people are throwing. Any Rave, Gamer Rave, Hollow Live, Serendipity, Cosplay Deviants. That's an annual thing they do. What up, AB3 is scorching hot. Yo, I saw that. Y'all are crazy out there right now. Crazy on the West Coast. Y'all can keep that. I want it to be warm, but that's y'all got that's insane. Um Hollow Live Serendipity, Idle Summer Escape was the so this is the big difference. This one is an anime expo. Red is an official anime expo event, badge required. None of the rest of these are actually official anime expo parties. They're just parties that groups or events or individual people are throwing. So I want to say last year this got up to like 25 different parties or events that were happening the same weekend. But right now, this is what we got. This is the party list for 2026. I know that says 2025, but this is actually the 2026 party list. It will expand. Okay. This list will continue to grow the closer we get to the con. So you guys will see more and more parties added to this list. Just right now, this is what we got. What is this? This is a Akiva party calendar. They literally have an entire party calendar in here. All right, let's see what the calendar looks like. Hmm. Hmm. That's cool. It's just events though. It's not really giving us much anything though. Pokemon XP event. These are all conventions, not necessarily parties. So for now, we'll go with this. This is our party situation. This will continue to grow again as we get closer to the con. Are there any Reddit questions this week? Well, not this week, but today. We did this yesterday, so I don't really think there's any questions. There's that, and then here's this one. Looking to connect with peeps who know ASL, maybe a long shot, but I figured I'd ask. I'm interested in going to AX, would like to meet folks there. I'm deaf and sign language is my main communication, so I would like to link with other signers. Okay, this person should definitely join the AX Reddit group. Okay, I mean AX Discord. The Discord is going to be your best bet for finding people to hang out with, people to meet. Join the Anime Expo Discord. If you're looking for someone to hang out with, literally the Discord is the way to go. So that's the only question up here. So other than that, there really aren't any updates. So I'm going to do something different. We're going to switch screens. We're going to go to that screen. So all we're going to have this stream pretty much is you guys and your boy. Let me make myself just a little bit bigger. There we go. That's all we get in this stream, okay? The reason is this stream is what up, Colorado? This is a tips and tricks for AX 2026 video, okay? This is something that we're going to talk about together and work out together. If I need to switch back to another screen, we will do so. But currently, this is just going to be us talking mainly about the things that I wish I knew the first time I went to AX versus now that I've been a bunch of times, what I know now. So I even had to make a list. So we got this. It's all wrote up and scratched. You guys know I don't do scripts. So let's start with the basics. Let's start about bags and packing. The best thing you can do packing wise for Anime Expo is to get you a big ass suitcase. I'm not lying to you. Just listen to me. Pack a big suitcase to check to go across the country. Why do you pack a big suitcase? One, you're going to put a ton of clothes in that thing. shoes. You're going to put everything. What you're also going to put in that bag is a small, what are they called? The small handbag, tote bags. Put something like that in there as well. The reason you do that is because when you come back from Anime Expo, you're going to have so much free stuff that it will no longer fit in your suitcase. Okay. You could take a suitcase that's barely half full all the way across the country. When you come back, you will have more clothes, more figures, more free stuff than you can even imagine. And you're going to have to bring all that back. So what ends up happening is you take the one suitcase with you with an extra tote bag or something on the inside. That way, on the way back, you still have your suitcase that you can check at the airport, but that little tote bag or whatever, you fill that up and use that as your carry-on bag for all your free stuff. So definitely do that. Hollow Live is also having another huge event on July 3rd. Another huge event aligned with AX. Also, Ubers will go up. Gas prices are now $6 a gallon. Yeah, we're going to get to that too. That's on my list. We got that. That's on the list too, Chaz. We're going to definitely talk about that too. But definitely the things you want to pack though. So packing for me may be different than other people. I bring the basics, you know, when it comes to shoes, clothes, and just general hygiene things. But if I had to say things you do not want to leave at home, make sure you have a hoodie. I know it's LA. It's going to be hot as shit. Believe it or not, it can get chilly in LA at night, and some of the panel rooms can actually get pretty cold. I'm not trying to be funny. The Marriott can get cold as hell. I don't know why it's that cold in there, but it really does get that way. So bring a hoodie. Bring a portable charger. We are at the con a long time, bro. Okay? We're at the con for hours. No bullshit. You will go to the con at 9 or 10 in the morning. And if you stack your panels along with your shopping at the exhibit hall and other stuff, you won't go back to your hotel till almost 6 or 7 p.m. sometimes, depending on what you got going on that day. So bring a portable charger. Also remember to put I know it seems simple, but like, bro, I'm not going to show it on camera because I don't want to get in trouble for no shit like that. But medicine. Bring medicine, bro. Bring ibuprofen. Bring Excedrin. Bring allergy meds. Make sure you have these things with you because if you have to buy them in LA, they are very expensive. And also, when you're traveling the way that we travel from across the country, the time zones are different. You're at the con all day. You're doing all kinds of stuff. Bro, headaches come about, okay? There's no other way to say that. As much as we love anime, you will get a headache from hell at the convention. And that's just me being real. So keep that ibuprofen, if that's what you take, or Excedrin. Keep that shit near you. Have it packed up. I personally always bring my laptop. Why? Because while most of these TVs do have Netflix built in, some don't. So bring your laptop. You can also look up events changing. You can also play video games or something if you get bored. Bring your laptop with you if you can. As for your boy, I'll be doing some editing while we're there because I want to post the vlogs faster this year than before. So I'm definitely bringing the laptop. This is a trick that I get from First Last. The dual wallet trick, okay? LA is not the most, certain parts of LA, let's say, aren't the safest areas. So keep one wallet in your front pocket with your necessities and maybe keep a back wallet just in case some shit go left. That's all I'm going to say. We ain't going to get too deep into that. But that way you always have your wallet with you. Keep your ticket on you at all times. It does not matter where you're going. When you leave your hotel room, you need to have that ticket. When you fly across the country, you need to have that ticket. Understand, ticket dates have not been released on when they're shipping our tickets yet. That hasn't happened. Plus, they're going to start verifying addresses soon. They'll send us an email to verify addresses and make sure your stuff's straight. When that email comes, whether you think you put the right address in or not, you click that email. You go to your show clicks and you make sure you put in the right mailing address for your ticket. Because if it gets mailed to the incorrect place, it's your fault. And you have to get another badge when you're there. And they do charge for replacement badges. So make sure you go get another ticket. I mean, make sure you pack your ticket in your bag immediately. You guys see me on stream. When I get my ticket, I show you guys. We take a look at it. We activate it if we need to. I immediately put it in the backpack that I'm taking to AX, and I don't take that shit out. I just don't. It just stays in that backpack the entire time. Headphones. I wear AirPods all the time. Okay. You need headphones when you're in a convention center for the main purpose of if you need to talk to someone on the phone, it's a lot easier on the headphone. Okay. They can hear you a lot better. You can hear them a lot better. And sometimes you just want to vibe out when you're in line because those lines get long as hell. Pack you a set of headphones to bring with you. You want headphones for the plane. You want headphones for the convention center. So make sure you got headphones with you. The last thing is snacks. Airports are expensive as hell. So if you can avoid paying for airport things by putting a couple bags of gummy bears or some chips in your bag, do it because airports are expensive and snacks at the hotels are expensive. So if you can avoid that by bringing a few snacks in your bag, in your suitcase, whatever, bring a couple. Okay. This is the first time for your boy. I'm probably going to bring some kind of healthy snacks with me in my luggage because of the fact that I am trying to eat healthier and stuff, and I can't just walk in and grab the Doritos no more, fam. You know, gotta not do that now. So pack some healthy snacks, pack some regular snacks, whatever you want to do, but try to bring a couple little snacks. You can go buy the little bag of fucking Welch's gummies and just put a bunch of Welch's gummies in your bag, but it's something for you to snack on. Let me check what everybody's talking about. Let's see. Yes, sir. At night, the temperature drops to around 60 in the summer. It should be in mid 80s for AX. So the looks of it. Yeah, it gets chilly. Bring the fucking hoodie. Also, remember that badge? I didn't check if I had it until 3 hours into the road trip. I was so scared I forgot it. Yeah, you guys, it happens. Put the badge directly in your bag so you do not forget it. I'm not joking when I tell you people will fly all the way across the country, get to AX and realize they don't have their badge. You got to go to the ticket line. You got to verify your ShowClicks account, show them the emails, all that stuff to get your ticket. So remember that. And you have to show them your ID as well. I had to go to the gas station last year for my snacks, and dear God, that was expensive. Yeah, AX is not cheap. So the convention's not cheap, but snacks in LA overall is not cheap. LA is very expensive. And at the rate that Chaz is talking about with the price of gas going up, all the snack prices are going to go up too. The more it costs to transport goods, the higher the price to sell those goods have to be. So just remember that. There's a cause and effect for everything. The reason that your boy's got to wrap up this flight situation here soon because I don't want to pay much more than I have to. All right, so that's about packing. At the end of this, we will check flight prices, but we're going to skip that for right now and just talk about in general transportation and stuff. Now, we'll check flights later because that's a bigger thing. But here's the thing I want to tell you guys. First of all, let me move myself up because your stuff is not. There we go. I'll move myself out the way. I wanted you guys' stuff to be up here. So there we go. Okay. Cool. My next paycheck, I'm grabbing my plane ticket. Yeah, I was just talking to First Last today, Hoshi. First Last is my definitely financial advisor at the moment, so I'm trying to figure out things. But transportation in general. Okay, so you know what? We do need to do this screen for this. Let's go back here. I'm gonna show you guys some flight stuff, okay? Because I need to show you an example of what I mean. All right, you guys know I'm on the East Coast. That ain't no damn secret. So one of the airports we've been looking at is Raleigh. And LAX. Reason I want to show you this is it's the point of the next statement. arrival time fucking matters. Get out of here, virtual agent. Why does arrival time matter? For those of you guys who've never been to the West Coast, there's a 3 hour time difference between us and them. So that's one thing. That's one reason getting there a little early helps you adjust to the time. Two, you really want to have as much time as you can that first day to understand where you are, understand your bearings, get a couple things you need. You really want to get that down packed your first day. Okay? So, Ubers are about to be expensive as fuck this year. Yes, as Chad said the same thing. They're going to be expensive as hell. All right, so arrival time. There is a time I will arrive at and a time I won't. Okay? I will not take a nighttime flight to the West Coast. One, any nighttime flight has a better chance of getting canceled, for one thing. Two, it already throws you with the time difference. Now, this says it leaves the East Coast at 7 p.m. This is a 5-hour flight. So for my body, it's going to feel like it's 12 o'clock. When I get in LA, it's 9:34. But this is also a very late time if you land at this time, where you're trying to make sure that you can get an Uber, you can still get food, you can still order Instacart to get snacks in the room. You got to check into the hotel. Like, there's so much you want to try to do in this last little window. And believe it or not, even though it's LA, a lot of food places still close, just like they do everywhere else. So it's a little harder to get certain foods after 9:30. And that's just being real. It just is. It's a lot harder. And because of this, it's really not recommended by me at all if you try to get in this late. Also, this is the time you would land. You want to give yourself, I mean, just an estimate, you're talking about 30 to 40 minutes between when you land, when you have your suitcase, and when you're in the Uber going somewhere. So now you're talking about 10 o'clock. It takes like 30, 40 minutes to get to the hotel area. So it's almost 11 o'clock if you land at 9:30 when you actually get to the hotel. So now it's 11 p.m. You ain't getting no food. You ain't getting no snacks. You don't got no water besides that little bottle they give you in the hotel. And now you're trying to get some rush to get some sleep because you got to be up in the morning to get in line for AX. Like, no, bro. No. This right here, 11 a.m., solid. 9:37 a.m., solid. Any time like this in that 11, 9, 10, anytime before 2 p.m., even 3 p.m., I'll give you. Anytime before 3 p.m. is good, okay? Because you give yourself enough time. Now, one of the things a lot of people worry about is hotels. Hotels during AX do let us check in earlier. Now, most hotels, you go to a lot of places like Atlanta, you go to Florida, you go to Tennessee or some shit, they're going to be like, oh, you can't check in until after 3 o'clock or sometimes after 2. Places that are real tourist areas like Orlando, Vegas, LA, these places let you check in early. So you will have no problem if you land at 9 a.m. checking in at 10:30, 11 a.m. There won't be any issues with that whatsoever. So always get an early arrival. You want to be able to land, recharge if you want a power nap, get you a good night's sleep, get you some good food, fill your room with water and snacks. Yo, I'm not lying. We always do that. We always get a case of water and put it in the room. You want to fill your room with water, snacks, and stuff because you don't want to have to buy these things at the con. They're very expensive. I shit you not, 2 bottles of water last year cost $18 at the little stores at the con. 18, bro. It is not worth it. Also, if Ubers are out of the question, use excuse me, Waymo. We have that and it's much cheaper. I'm going first thing in the morning, just like last year. It's like $1,000 a person for the flights I'm looking at. 1,000? You flying first class, Hoshi? Gotta remember water last time. Me and my friend would get free ice from the dispenser and wait for it to melt for water. It was ghetto as hell. Yeah, that's rough, Colorado. Don't do that. Just get you a case of water. Get you a case of water. Order snacks, nothing you need to microwave. Yes. So the reason Eric says nothing you need to microwave. Most hotels these days don't have microwaves at all. Some of them have a community microwave in the lobby area. But for the most part, these hotels don't have lobby. That's a main plus for American Airlines. Oh, okay. I think we were looking at United and Delta. I don't know if we're flying American. Me and Eric are trying to figure it out. But Erica's right. A lot of these places don't have microwaves. There was when we stayed at the JW for the first time, we both got food and just genuinely thought put it in the fridge and maybe you can eat it later tonight, eat it the next day. There was no microwave, bro. So even if you kept that food, you couldn't heat it back up. It was like, understand this. A lot of these places do not have microwaves. Now, some of them have adapted and put in a community microwave in the lobby. Some even have some in the hallways, but it's a very rare occasion that you see microwaves these days. All right. Transportation and terminals is another thing. Understand that when you land at one place, especially in LAX, once you land, whatever terminal you're in, you have to transfer all the way to get your luggage. This is a long walk to find where you got to get your luggage from. And once you get there, you then have to get on the shuttle, take the shuttle over to the rideshare area, and from there you get into whatever Uber, Lyft, or whatever. Now, Chaz just told you guys that there's a place called Waymo that you can do if Ubers and Lyfts are going to be too expensive. The reason that everyone's talking so much about this now is because gas is going up a lot. If gas is going to keep going up, it's going to be very expensive to take Ubers and Lyfts. Now, I can't tell you guys how much, and we are going to do. You walk to the rideshare area, ain't nothing wrong with that, Hoshi. We are going to do a West Coast stream where I'm going to try to reach out to my West Coast people, get ways of how you guys can take the metro and things like that and save some money. Because I personally don't know, but I will ask people who do know so we can share the info. But transportation will be a little bit more expensive this year, so prep for that. Have that cost in your mind. There are two costs you do not need to forget. You have to pay for your check bags when you're flying into Anime Expo. Do not forget that cost. You have to pay for that there and back. You also, now I'm not going to sit here and hold you guys. I told you guys, my first AX, we fucked up a lot. We missed flights. We had to pay for this. I lost my key. It was a lot. A lot. We had to pay a lot. We flew back into the opposite airport. We left out of Washington Dulles, but when we flew back, we didn't notice, but it flew us into Baltimore, and it was like we had to pay for the Uber from Baltimore to Dulles. It was like $100. All this stuff is true. And then remember, you have to pay for parking when you land. So there's a lot of money that is required in this process. So do not forget, you got to pay for parking. You need to pay for your check bags both ways. And you also have to account for the Uber and Lyft rides. I pay for my bags when I set the planes. Yeah, I do too. Usually we try to go ahead and pay for that too. That way it's done. And you don't have to look at it. Also agree, if you can avoid stops, avoid stops. If you can get straight flights, always get the straight flight. The reason you get a straight flight is it's less likely to cancel. And it may not cancel at your initial takeoff, but it's your second flight that sometimes you have to worry about. Like this, if you do a layover, this shit says 45 minutes. I personally won't do a layover less than an hour because you never know when you're going to land. Once you land in whatever the connecting city is, you have 45 minutes to get to the next terminal for your plane. But what happens if you land in that connecting city and you guys have to wait for a terminal door to open up? Now you're on the plane for an extra 10, 15 minutes. Now you're running through the airport to try to get onto your plane that is already boarding and getting ready to fly out of here. And that plane might be in Terminal 2 and you're in Terminal 4. I don't know if you guys been in a big airport, but it takes a while to get to the end of the airport into whatever train to go to another terminal. It takes a second. So please remember, if you do get a layover, make sure to try to make that layover at least an hour or more. Okay. Just a recommendation. You do it how you want to, but personally, try to make that layover, if you do one, an hour or more. Atlanta flashbacks. I'm not going to tell first last horror story, but it went bad. Okay. I'm talking about literally sitting on the plane, getting emails from the airport, from the airline that, hey, the flight's probably going to be canceled, but they still have you sitting on the plane for another hour while they're doing stuff. And yeah, no, connecting flights suck. Let's just leave it at that. Connecting flights suck. All right, on to the next thing. Once you land in LA, once you get on the Uber and everything, you need to figure out where you are. Okay. Once you get to the hotel area, yeah, Atlanta connectings, they suck. The reason you want to get there early is you want to understand your bearings of where you are. All of Anime Expo does take place in this area, but there's a lot. This looks like a small walk. This is a long walk between these two areas. Okay, that's a lot of ground to travel. You want to understand, where is the closest gas station? Where is the closest dispensary? You want to know where food places are. You want to know where the food trucks are. You want to know where to get to the ticketing booths if you have questions. You want to know what's happening in LA Live. Here's Smashburger, the bowling alley, where the concert's at. These are things you can figure out on day 0. You can walk around. You can take a look at everything. You can understand your bearings. And you can get adjusted to that LA air. I'm not going to lie to you guys. First day we land, I know we got to go get food immediately. Eric is not about that life. Eric was literally eating a smash burger and fries in a dispensary, at a dispensary table, because bro was hungry. As soon as when we land, he was hungry because we left so early. Like, we usually have to be to the airport at like 4 or 5 in the morning, catch the flight, and then we're there. So we've been traveling for like 9 or 10 hours by the time we get to LA. So it takes a long time. So yes, get your bearings before you leave here. I know there's a sushi place up here too. Grocery stores in here. Denny's, all kinds of stuff, okay? These are the things you want to check out. All right. Their dispensaries are plenty of dispensaries right in this little area. Okay, you don't even have to go far if you need a dispensary. They're right in here. So there's a lot of stuff to check out. So get your location down, get your bearings. Once you have your location down, place the Instacart order immediately once you get into your room. Once you get into your room, or even after you have lunch or something, get on your phone, get on DoorDash, Instacart, Uber Eats, whoever you want to use. Get you a case of water. If you're a juice drinker, get you some juice. If you tea, soda, whatever. Get you some snacks. Get you some bread if you want, some peanut butter and jelly, whatever. Get you some things to curb some of these expenses. It is better to place a big ass Instacart order on day 0, because then you have snacks in your room. I will always eat out for dinner. Like, we're always going to I'm going to DoorDash some food for dinner, or I'm going to hit one of these food trucks for dinner. Or personally, I like the food trucks and food stalls that are always on this street here. Shout out to the Jamaican lady that overcharged us for no reason. You know who you are. You know what you did. She overcharged the shit out of us, but it was good food. But there are always food trucks. I'm one street off, ain't I? I am. Yeah, there are always food trucks here. There's tons of food trucks here. There's a bunch of food trucks in this area as well. And over here, there's hot dog vendors. Don't get the hot dogs. for the love of God, stay away from those fucking hot dogs. They are horrible and they will have you curled over for the rest of the day. Do not eat the danger dogs. Stay away from them. But get you some food. The biggest thing I will tell you guys is even if you don't want to place a large Instacart order for a lot of snacks and stuff, bro, just get a case of water, okay? Get a case of water so you have water in your room. You're not going downstairs to the lobby paying a ton of money. Understand at the hotels, they have drinks for you. They have sodas and stuff. Sodas are $4 or $5 each. They're like $5 a pop. Or you just get you a case of soda to last you a couple days. Same thing with tea and stuff. Just get you a case, get you a jug, put it in your refrigerator, use some cups. Definitely do that. And if you're going to eat out, DoorDash you some food or hit a food truck. Do not buy food at the con if you don't have to. Inside the convention center, first, let's talk about it. You guys are all talking about it. That went last year, so I'm not confused. I'd say travel and support Little Tokyo Shuttle goes there. Plenty of amazing foods and Japanese goods. Yeah. Wayman from Crypto Arena to Little Tokyo is like $10 and drops you off right in the fun immediately. We might have to hit Waymo because Waymo sounds cheap. I messed up last year. I didn't use Uber Eats or DoorDash at all. Me and Eric did that our first year, Hoshi, because it was our first AX. All we ate was food at the con, and that was a big mistake. $20 for convention fries is wild. Yes, first last. We got a bucket of fries, and it was $20. French fries, bro. I regretted buying those hot dogs next to the Peacock Theater in the con. $12 per one. Yup. I went to Wendy's last year. It was double what I paid in my town. Yeah, because LA is expensive, and they're going to take advantage of the fact that we're all there for the weekend. And it's not just us. You guys have to remember, there will be tons of Ubers coming in for different things now because of the fact that the Uber cost will be a lot higher because of gas, and their World Cup is happening. So all the restaurant prices will be a little bit more. All the food prices will be a little bit more. All the DoorDashes will be a little bit more. Everything's going to cost more this con. That's just me being real. So, DoorDash you dinner if you want to save some money, honestly, instead of buying it at the con. AX Crossing right here. While the food is good, while it smells amazing, it's expensive as hell. Okay? One little rice bowl with some chicken will run you $40 if you get a drink. It'd be like $25 and a drink is $40. They'd be like $12 for the drink. Just understand that. AX Crossing is really expensive. I got Kagure and rice. Literally chicken and rice, and it cost me $50, fam. $50. And I wish I was joking. It cost $50. It's about to be even worse this year with Holo Live in for World Cup and AX all the same in the same weekend. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. I keep telling everyone, this is going to be insane. This is why there's no hotels right now. Is because of this exact reason. There's so much happening that one weekend this year. Usually it's AX and something small. There are huge events happening the same time as Anime Expo. It's going to be busy as shit everywhere. Ubers are going to be hard to come by. Flights are going to be hard to come by. There's going to be people everywhere. The DoorDash stuff is going to take longer. Everything. So just be aware of these things when we get there. But if I have to tell you guys anything, make sure you get you a case of water and a few snacks for your hotel room. It will save you money and curb your appetite a lot. Even just getting a thing of bread and a thing of peanut butter and jelly. It's not the healthiest, but it's not the most unhealthy thing. Peanut butter has a lot of protein. You can eat something like that and you'll be good. And you'll just have something in your stomach. My schedule's about to be fucked this year. Everybody's schedule is fucked this year. I haven't seen the schedule yet, but I know it's going to be bad. All right, so we talked about food. We're going to talk about shopping next. Here's the thing. I am not your parent. I cannot tell you how much to spend on merch. I can tell you that the merch at Anime Expo is not cheap. Understand that. And understand there are two things you have to account for. Merch is expensive, and you still have to survive. It's really that simple. You still have to eat. You still have to fly back home. You still have bills. AX is dope, but you still have life to deal with after Anime Expo. So understand your shopping is your problem and your budget. But remember, however much you spend, you gotta come back home and deal with those consequences. A normal shopping experience for AX to me is somewhere between $200 and $400. That's not bad. $200 to $400, you can buy gifts for everyone. You can buy yourself something dope. You can buy yourself just stuff. $200 to $400 can get that taken care of. You can pack all that up and you can get some really cool shit with $200 to $400. $200, you're still good. You can still get some cool stuff. You won't be able to get as many gifts, but you can still get yourself something really nice or a couple little things. But understand, when you're hearing some people say they go to AX and they drop $800, $1,500, $2,500, yo, I ain't dropping that type of money at Anime Expo. It's just not happening. It's not. I'm just not spending that much money. There are a lot of these things you can order online, bro, on Amazon. I'm not doing that, or I order from the website later on. I love all the stuff you can get at Anime Expo, but you have to be in control of your own spending. Do not come to a good rule of thumb or a good trick is whatever you plan on spending at AX, bro, if you just bring it in cash and just keep yourself to, I have this much cash to spend. You don't even have to carry all of it on you at the same time. You can carry part on different days, like Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If you want to bring 100 or two with you to the con, just so if you can buy something if you want, yo, do that. Make it a little easier for yourself. If you take out your spending budget in just cash and go, I have this much cash. This is all I'm spending on merch and stuff. Stick to it and you'll be good. Overspending happens so easy because you take that damn card, bing, 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 and you just keep swiping that bitch. Yo, I'm telling you, just take out some cash. $300 to $400, cool. You got $400 in cash that you can spend on merch. Once you're done with that $400, you done. Even if you want more, if you want to take $1,000, get your little envelope, put $1,000 in it, take $200 a day with you. $250 a day with you, whatever. But you don't even have to bring all that to the con at the same time. Just bring a little at a time, shop a little here, shop a little there, and then go from that way. Don't just show up with a bunch of, don't just show up with the card because the card gets you in trouble because you're not paying attention when you're really shopping at Anime Expo because there's so much stuff you don't get to see often. Just like Hoshi said, I'm going mostly for exclusives this year. There's so many exclusives and things that you do not get to see anywhere else that you're constantly, I need it. I need it. I need it because you don't get to see this shit anywhere else besides Anime Expo. So just remember that when you're doing this, budget yourself. You got this. What else we got? Oh, panels. Panels is something that I think me and Eric learned the hard way the first year. We didn't do a lot of panels. And the panels at Anime Expo are really cool and really amazing. But we didn't because just like with the arrival time, we got there so late, it kind of fucked up our whole trip the next couple days because we couldn't really adjust to the time. It took us 2.5 days to adjust to the timing. So they be adding extra taxes on cars, so cash is best. Facts, Colorado. Give them cash and you don't deal with those taxes. But you swipe that card, oh, you getting taxed everything. But the thing about panels, I just want to tell you guys is however you do your schedule, understand whatever panel you really want to do is going to cost you 2 to 3 hours out of your day. 3 to 5 hours out of your day. because you're going to need to line up for whatever panel that is an hour or two early. The panel's normally going to be at least an hour long. And then whatever panels are starting immediately after that, you're not really going to be able to go to. You're going to have to go to panels that are at least 2 hours later because you need that type of window. So you need minimum 1 hour before the panel. The panel's an hour. And because of that, you're not going to be able to really get in the line for anything that's within 2 hours. So you're talking about minimum somewhere between 4 and 5 hours for each panel. So that's how much time you really lose doing a panel at Anime Expo. You lose somewhere between 3 to 5 hours. And it sucks to say it that way, but you do lose 3 to 5 hours out of your con going to panels. That's why I schedule your panels exactly how you want them. The AX schedule is necessary. A lot of people tell you, oh, just find some cool stuff to do. No, bitch, you need to do the schedule. Check the schedule out. Download the AX app. You can literally pick all of your stuff that you want to do. Before the con, you can schedule all of your panels in your Anime Expo app. And you could get notifications on when the panel is about to start, what's next. You can see your whole day. You can make adjustments. It's worth having so you know what you want to do. That way you're not just like winging it, trying to figure it out. We winged it our first con. That was a big mistake because because of the fact that we were winging what we were going to do, we didn't get to do anything. And it sucked because their panels were so cool, but we didn't get to do anything. The schedule is your Bible. That I wish he was joking, but he's not. The schedule is your Bible for Anime Expo. It is highly necessary that you use that schedule. Now, speaking of schedules, the AX shuttle schedule is very important if you're taking shuttles. The AX shuttle is something that myself nor Eric recommend on day one because there are so many people trying to get on the shuttle that sometimes you have to wait 3 or 4 times to get on the shuttle to come over to the con. So on the first day, if you're trying to get exclusives, you really don't want to take the AX shuttle. You want to take an Uber, you want to walk, do what you got to do. Or if you get the shuttle, get on it very early. The shuttle runs 24 hours a day. But that does not mean that you won't have to wait for multiple shuttles to move around because they are filled with people. Everyone in your area is all trying to go back and forth on this same shuttle. There are thousands of people using these shuttles. So just understand that there's a chance you may have to wait longer. And also it's healthy to tell yourself that you might not hit everything. So choose what you really want to visit. It's not even a healthy thing, Chaz. It is a necessary thing that you have to do. You have to pick between these panels. AX makes it so you have to pick. What they will do and what they're notorious for doing is either scheduling big panels at the same time or within an hour of each other. So one year, AX did My Hero at 12, JJK at 1, and Bleach at 2. It sounds like you can at least hit 2 of those, but you can't. You can only pick one of those 3 to attend. And you just have to accept that you can only attend one of those 3 panels. It sucks, but they make it so that the crowd is spread out and that you have to pick something to do. The reason you can't do that is those are 3 major panels. They are going to be packed with people. You have to line up for major panels an hour and a half to 2 hours early because the line is that long because the fandom's that big. So you have to line up an hour and a half to 2 hours early for those panels, which means if you're in a My Hero panel that lasts an hour, you can't then get out and try to go get in line for Bleach. Same thing with JJK, same thing with Bleach. You have to, when for major panels, you have to allow that full 5-hour window. You need minimum 2 hours before the panel. That panel is going to last an hour to an hour and a half. So you're at 3.5 hours. And then because of that, you can't line up for the next panel because you need it to be in line. Even if My Hero's at 12 and Bleach is at 4, you're like, I can get to the Bleach panel. You really can't because My Hero's at 12. My hero is going to take an hour and a half for the panel to be done. So it's 1:30. Bleach panel is at 4. But Bleach fandom is so massive that all those people for Bleach have been in line for 2 hours already, if not 3 hours, waiting to get into the Bleach panel. And if the room doesn't clear, it's even worse, because that means the people before them may not clean. So the room not clearing thing has become a very big problem for Anime Expo, because of the fact that what's happening is when the room doesn't clear, you're allowed to stay in that panel room and just watch the immediate next panel. You don't have to leave your seat. So because of this, people who want to see, what's a bad anime? Let's see. Something really trash. Reincarnated as a vending machine. Don't know why it existed. But people who don't want to see Reincarnated as a vending machine season 2, they're in that room watching that because Freerun is the next panel. And they don't have to clear the room. So they stay in there and they'll watch Reincarnated as a vending machine just so they can get early seats for Freerun. And that's what happens. So then you have an entire line of people who've been lined up for 2.5 hours wanting to go see Freerun, but they can't because the room didn't clear. So only like 100 of them can come in the room and the other 600 have to leave. That's what happens with not clearing the room. Last year, they did do a better job of making it so certain rooms had to clear. But there was one day on the schedule that, I shit you not, you could go into the 10 a.m. panel and literally stay in the platinum room all day. You could stay in the platinum room from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. and catch every big panel because you did not have to leave your seat. They did not clear the room, so you got to stay there all day. So they had people who got into that room at 10 a.m. and they just hung out in that room all day, did not leave. So scheduling is important. Pay attention to the shuttle schedule. Pay attention to the AX schedule. Day one of walking the con, the one thing I want to tell you guys that I wish I knew on day one is understanding just the size of the building. This shit don't look like much on the map, okay? I promise you, this don't look like much right now on this map. This building is big as hell, okay? First Class literally could not walk anymore because the boots hurt so much on the bottom of the feet. It hurts so much walking all of this, okay? The exhibit hall is massive. The artist alley is massive. The hallway between the two of them is long as hell. Then you get to the other side. Entertainment hall is big. The upstairs area up here where there are panels and stuff is big. The outside area is massive to get in line for some of these panels. This convention center is big as hell. So understand, if you are in here shopping, and I'm not exaggerating, if you're in here shopping, but you got to go to the JW Marriott for a panel, it takes you 30 minutes to go from here to there. It takes you almost 30 minutes. It is that long of a walk to walk outside of the exhibit hall, all the way through the building, out the other side, around the corner, into the JW Marriott, up to the Platinum Ballroom. It takes you almost 30 minutes, dude. So just remember, this area is big as hell. It doesn't look like it on this map yet, but I promise you, these hotels are like skyscrapers. Okay? They look small right now. This one has 24 floors or something like that. Like, these are not little areas. So just pay attention to that. These are big ass areas that you're going to be transversing. So wear a good pair of shoes and also pay attention to where you are in here. It is very easy in this little hallway to get lost going from around this corner, because some people end up going upstairs again. Some people end up going straight down to the lobby that runs into the artist alley area. Some people end up going around the corner into the exhibit hall. It's a lot to pay attention to in this area, okay? So just remember these things. This is not a small area. It's a big area. Take your time walking it. Understand where you are and how to maneuver in the building as you walk around, because there's tons of people, and there will be even more people because this is closed now. So there's going to be more people crossing through here, and probably more people going this way across the front of the building. They usually don't have a lot of people doing that, but this year, because of the construction, I can 100% see people doing that in the building. The lines outside can be confusing. Yes, especially on this side of the building right here. What happens over here, guys, is they will run. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. Okay. So some of these AX lines, some of the panels would usually be down here in this panel room, but also what they would do is line you up over here. Wait. Let me get my bearings right. Yeah, over here. They will line you up over here too, and over here for some of the outside panels. So there are tons of panels that the lines will confuse you. You got to ask questions. Make sure if you see a line, you either ask someone in the line or you ask one of the AX helpers, hey, is this the line for XYZ panel? Ask somebody in the AX vest because you do not want to get in the wrong line. Okay. And the AX map and app will tell you where to line up at. Okay. So open up your app. There will be a map in there and it will tell you where to go. So pay attention to that. Download the Anime Expo app. It is literally in the Apple Store, the Google Play Store. It's in all of those. So do that so you do not get lost going from line to line, panel to panel. Let's see. Oh, also food again, just so you guys know. Try to avoid buying stuff at the hotel. And if you do end up buying something at the hotel, pull your actual card out and use it. Do not charge it to your room. The reason you don't charge it to your room is LA laws are different. If you charge something to your room in one of the LA hotels, especially the Marriott's, they can hold your money. So just remember that. Don't do that if you don't have to. Just pull your card out and pay for it. And remember that these hotel lobbies, the stores where you buy drinks and stuff, because all of these have those, they close pretty early. They close at like 8 or 9 o'clock. So you don't really have access to a lot of drinks and stuff and snacks at night that you do in some of the cheaper hotels you find in other cities. That's why you need to do that Instacart or DoorDash order. So you have that stuff in your room and you're not looking for it. Talked about that. I think that's pretty much it. Okay, and here's my list of things to stay away from. Okay? Stay away from the hot dogs. Please, don't fuck with those hot dogs. They will mess you up. Don't do it. Leave the hot dogs alone. So stay away from the hot dogs. Stay away from the all the ticket scalpers. There will be a bunch of dudes running back and forth in Anime Expo going, hey, I got tickets. I'm trying to sell these for you. You don't have to deal with these people. Just walk by them. They're going to try to buy your ticket from you so they can sell it at a higher cost to someone else. Okay? So just be aware of that. If you buy a ticket from someone or sell a ticket to someone, just remember your name is attached to that. And if you buy a ticket from someone, remember your name is not attached to that unless they go in and physically change the email address and info to match your name. So stay away from the ticket scalpers if you can. There will be street vendors. Okay. So Anime Expo is not the only place you're going to see vendors. All along this street right here, they will be selling Kobe jerseys, towels, anime hats, cups, fruits, all kinds of stuff. If you want to buy a cup of fruit, go ahead. I did that. It was nice. Wasn't that expensive. It was okay. But stay away from all the jersey salesmen and the beanie salesmen. They're all going to be on this street. Save your money for actually inside the con. If I spend my time going to AX, someone wants my ticket, they are getting whooped. They'll ask. Snacks, good idea. Yeah, you gotta have snacks, microwave fork. You gotta have snacks. If you don't have fucking snacks in your room, you're going to be pissed. And stay away, if you can, from my man. He's either gonna be here, 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 or here. Stay away from the soapbox guy. We are anime fans, okay? That's cool. But there are some people who don't understand our love from anime. And there will be some guy here. He will be very religious. He will have signs. He will have other people with him. Okay? And they will all be telling you you are sinning. You are not supposed to be here. You are worshiping the things you shouldn't. It's going to be all kinds of stuff. Okay? Just walk away from him. Leave him alone. You don't have to talk to him. Honestly, he never touches anyone. Okay, so he's not going to touch you. He's not going to come at you. He's not going to mess with you. He's just going to talk. And at some point on day 2 or 3, there will be more people out there with them protesting the fact that we're going to an anime con and we shouldn't be doing that. So they will be there. But again, they're not violent people. They're just really loud. And they have megaphones for some reason. I don't even know where they be getting the megaphones. But they always have a megaphone. They always have signs. And while you don't agree with the guy, he's not a violent person. He's literally just going to talk. He's not even going to talk directly to you. He's going to talk about all of us as a whole. So just keep moving. Just ignore him. Literally, just ignore him and keep moving. But there tend to be some AX goals who always try to talk to him or talk back to him. Just leave dude alone. Keep moving. Okay? But he will be there. But just stay away from him. Just walk the fuck away. Let's see. Shout out First Last for being crazy. I just saw what she wrote. So we talked about door dashing. The reason we DoorDash is because the restaurants around LA are expensive as hell. Do not spend money at the restaurants if you don't have to. Go do other stuff. They do be wilding, but freedom of speech, so I'm not tripping too much about them. Exactly. It's freedom of speech. Bro had speakers last year. Exactly. He will never try anything. He will simply yell about stuff and tell you to repent and be safe. He's harmless and just annoying. Some people heckle them. Just let them be. Exactly. Just walk away. Leave dude alone. It's cool. Again, restaurants are really expensive. I cannot stress to you guys the expense that food in LA is. I know I keep coming back to the food cost. It will kill you if you don't plan for it. Okay? We didn't plan the first AX on how much food money we needed. We're used to traveling to Florida, to Georgia, to, Virginia or some shit. $100 you could eat for like a couple days on that. Boy, breakfast, lunch, and dinner in LA will cost you $100. $120, in all honesty. If you do breakfast, lunch, and dinner in LA, it's going to cost you $120 a day. So I can't stress the importance of get you some water, some snacks, some drinks, put it in your room. You will save a lot of money that way. The last thing I got for you guys has to do with the list we looked at earlier with parties. It's a safety thing for me to you. If you are going to go to any of the parties, take a Lyft, take a Uber, make sure your homies know where you're going. Go with the homies. Make sure you guys go together. Make sure you leave together. Just make sure you're being safe if you are going to go to the parties. There's a theater over here somewhere. I think. I can't remember. Anyway, oh, there it is, the Bolesco. This is where cosplay deviants usually host their party. Now, this doesn't look like a long walk in general, but at 12 of midnight, at 1 o'clock in the morning, this is a long walk. There are a lot of homeless people in LA. There are a lot of people who are not as nice in LA. Just understand, if you are going to go somewhere like this, take a Uber, take a Lyft. Make sure you're with other people. Make sure people know where you're going so you're being safe. Let's see. If you guys want to eat at a restaurant, you have to go outside that area. Place like K-Town or surrounding areas. Yes, listen to Chaz. If you want to go eat somewhere, you got to get out downtown LA and go somewhere else to eat. 60 on small meals, 100 on anything filling. Yes. Oh my God. Eric, you remember we were at our first AX? I got chicken fingers, French fries, and a drink. That shit cost me $37 for chicken fingers, French fries, and a drink. Cost me $37. This right here is why no. Can't do it, bro. It's too expensive. I fuck with AX Crossing. So I always try to get at least one meal out of AX Crossing because I do rock with AX Crossing. So I want to support it. But one meal is all they get from me. That shit too expensive. Not when I can go get Jamaican and Mexican food over here for $30, or I could DoorDash me some seafood or something. Yeah, exactly. You visit the street taco stands. There are taco stands everywhere in this area. So there are ways to save money on food, okay? There's tons of ways. There's a Denny's right here. There's McDonald's somewhere over here. I can't remember. Oh, there's Chick-fil-A. Like there are food options, fam. Okay? Save you some money. Get you some of these. All right? Like go get you some of these. Save you some money. Watch it. 30 plus on the general meal in there. I think it's about 28 now. It went down, but still crazy. Yeah. It's been like 40 for a meal at Wendy's. Good God, Hoshi. Wendy's is crazy. But that's okay. But that's my list for you guys. Those are the tips and things I wish I knew the first time. Those are things that I hope will help you guys. And yeah, I hope those things help you guys. I hope they help you adjust to things. If you have any more questions, hit up me, hit up AB3 Eric, join the AB3 Anime Discord. We did update the link so you guys can come back in and join the Discord. If you guys do not know, we are a pretty active Discord. We're checking on each other. We talk to each other in here. So yeah, just feel free, join the Discord. Easy way to ask me questions or anyone else. So Yuki's in there, Chaz is in here. There are many ways to get info. Chaz is keeping an eye on the weather for us because it's crazy out that bitch right now. But join the Discord. It's an easy way to contact us and ask questions. And hope to see you guys soon. You know what I mean? We almost there. The next big thing I told you guys is the cancellation date for hotels is slowly approaching. Okay. The cancellation date is the 31st. If you do not cancel your hotel room, you will be charged $100 after that. So remember that. I appreciate you guys. Does this window work for you guys, by the way? Like how I like this streaming window is less pressure for me personally. And I needed something so I can be more consistent for you guys. This seems to be a more consistent streaming window for us. So I'm going to keep aiming. Like I said, we're going to test it out this week at 6 to 7 p.m. window of starting the stream in between 6 and 7. So hopefully this works out better for everyone and everyone's okay with it. Conflicting panels was hard. Also, the ones that start when the gates open. Oh my God, bro. It's so a lot of those panels that start as soon as the door open, those are rough. Like I had some early morning panels at the JW. We had to order breakfast to the JW and just, oh, that's another trick. Panel trick 101 from AB3 Anime. You can order food to the JW even though you're not staying at the JW. So you can order DoorDash or whatever and meet them downstairs in the lobby and then take it upstairs to the ballrooms to go eat and stuff. We did that so many times because we had to be in panel lines. So that's an easy trick if you guys ain't using it. You can order you some DoorDash, especially if you skip breakfast. Order you some DoorDash to the JW, pick it up downstairs outside, and then you can literally go up into the Platinum Ballroom area with your food. You can eat outside there, trash it, and then go into the room. So easy win for you guys. But all right, I appreciate you guys. I still got to go cook some things. I got to go get to the gym. Like I said, this time works better for me because I have other things I got to go do. But I got to still go hit the gym. You know what I mean? We in here. We in these gym streets. Shout out to AB3 Eric. We back. We both are really in the gym a lot now. So I got to go do my workout. But I appreciate you guys being here. I will see you tomorrow. Again, we're going to be in between the 6 and 7 o'clock window. It will be between 6 and 7. I can't tell you the exact time, but we're going to be shooting for pre 6:30. But it will be between 6 and 7. Thank you guys for being here. And see you in the next stream, man. Oh, AB3 Eric is in the gym right now.